We're going to show you how to modify the base ATK template and add additional buttons. The previous video in this playlist shows you how to download the base template and configure VS Code for use with this tutorial series. A full list of buttons is available in the API documentation for the Oppkey THETA ATK. The base template comes with the info button. We're going to add another button for camera state. The syntax is pretty simple. It's just StateButton as shown above. Locate the info button, and below the info button there's a size box. Below the size box there's a set of comments. Within the comments, that's where we're going to add the state button. Above the comment that says end button list, let's add in the state button, which is capital STATE, capital BUTTON, left round parentheses, right round parentheses. The documentation does list all the buttons, but the documentation may be a bit hard to understand at first. Click on the state button and you'll see the state of the RICOH THETA camera. The camera must be connected to your desktop workstation for this to work. We're going to add another button below the state button. So we'll use this sized box with a height of 10 as a way to get some spacing between the buttons. The next button we're going to use is the TakePictureButton so that we can trigger a picture on the camera. You can either go to the API documentation and look for Take Picture, or you can just use TakePictureButton. API documentation is actually a little difficult for me to read myself, so if you're having some problems with the documentation, you can just follow along with this tutorial. The syntax is pretty simple. To add the Take Picture button, it's just Take Picture Button, left parentheses, right parentheses. There it is. It's working. The output of Take Picture Button is a URL string that you can drop into a web browser and use that to see the image on the camera within a web browser. So select it by triple clicking, copy it, and then open up a web browser and then drop the URL that's from the camera into it. So it's going to actually pull the image directly from the camera. And there it is, me making my video tutorials. Looks good. You can also right click on the image in the browser and save it to your local file system. Once you save it to your local file system, you can then open the RICOH THETA desktop application and drag and drop the file that you just saved to your disk into the RICOH THETA application window, and then you can display it in a 360 navigational view. You can download this desktop application free from the RICOH THETA site and installs on Mac and Windows. So once you drag and drop the image onto the screen, you can then rotate it with your mouse and see it in a 360 view. The color is a bit orange because I'm taking the video at night. Congratulations, you're on your way into building a nice little mobile app to test the RICOH THETA API. Subscribe to the channel for some upcoming videos on styling and an overview of all the buttons that we have available.